And you're live.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the latest MRC special board meeting. We have a couple executive sessions on the agenda today, but we'll start first with considering any changes to the agenda. Are there any from anybody? Seeing none, we'll move forward. I would like to say that our goal today is to consider the couple proposals that have been submitted for MRC's consideration for a partner in reopening the facility. So that will be the focus of our first executive session. And we do anticipate the possibility of a vote or action by the board at the end of that executive session. And we do believe the executive session might take anywhere in the order of 30 to 45 minutes. So with that, I would consider a motion from somebody for our first executive session.
I make a motion, we go into executive session per 1 MRS 4056E to consult with MRC's legal counsel regarding contractual rights and duties.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Dana?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Sophie?
Yes.
And Steve? I think you're.
Yes.
Thank you. And I am a yes. So we're unanimously entering into executive session. And if you're just joining us, just as a recap, we anticipate the executive session to last between 30 and 45 minutes. And there's a possibility of action by the board at the end of that executive session. We do have a second executive session for a subset of the board to discuss some other issues. We do not anticipate action after that executive session. So with that, we will move into executive session and we'll return to this public venue at the conclusion of this executive session.
And you are live.
Thank you, Amy. Hello, we're back in public session. We've concluded our executive session. For those still listening out there, we apologize for taking a little bit longer, but we had a very constructive discussion about the two proposals that MRC received for a possible joint venture. And at this time, we are going to consider a motion. Do we have somebody that's willing to provide that motion? Sophie?
Karen, I would move that the MRC, I would make a motion that the MRC is authorized to enter into an exclusivity agreement with Revere Capital Advisors regarding the possible formation of a joint venture or similar arrangement in connection with the reopening and operation of the facility, all upon such terms and conditions as may be finally negotiated and approved by the MRC signing officer, and further that the president and vice president acting singly are authorized to execute and deliver such exclusivity agreement as the MRC signing officer, and to take such necessary and appropriate action to implement this vote. It being understood any final definitive agreements on such potential joint venture or similar arrangement will be subject to MRC board review and approval and consistent with MRC bylaws.
Second.
I have a
All
question.
right. I have a motion and
Karen?
a second. And Tony, what's your question?
Is the definition of facility out there somewhere? What facility are we talking about? I know what we're talking about, but the motion had the word "the facility."
John, does facility need to be described more completely in that motion?
I think you could insert, the Hamden Solid Waste Facility, just for clarification.
Tony, is that a friendly amendment?
Yes, it is. I mean, we need to nail it down. Thank you. Thanks, John.
Do we need to vote on that amendment, John?
It's been moved and seconded, so yes, I would say yes, vote on the amendment.
Okay, we're voting on the amendment. And has that amendment been seconded? Does it need to be seconded?
I'll second the amendment.
Would.
Thank you. Okay, so voting on the amendment of those words of Hamden Solid Waste Facility to the motion. Dana,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sophie,
Yes,
Steve,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. So now we have amended motion language that's been seconded, and we will vote on the amended language, assuming there's no other comments or questions. Okay, voting. Dana,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sophie,
yes,
Steve,
Yes.
and I am a yes. So with that, we've unanimously agreed to award exclusivity to Revere Capital Advisors LLC, which is a very exciting step for the MRC in its efforts to reopen the Hamden facility. So we're very excited about this, and we do have a meeting next week, a regular board meeting on July 27th, which we will be providing much more information about the project, the plans, the projected timelines, more information about this potential partner. So we hope you'll be able to join us for that. The regular board meeting starts at 10 a.m. It will be held at Orono Town Hall, but will also be available virtually. And I believe we sent out information about that, but we'll be sending out another constant contact with information about the details of that meeting between now and that date. The meeting is preceded at 9 a.m. by a finance committee meeting, so that's available and open to the public as well. Let's see. Any other comments by the board before we move on to our next item on the agenda? Okay. With that, would somebody be willing to provide a motion for the second executive session?
I move we convene in executive session pursuant to 1 MRS 4056C for discussions regarding acquisition and use of real or personal property.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll take a vote. Dana,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sophie,
yes,
Steve,
Yes.
and I am a yes. So we'll be moving into executive session again for probably about 20 or 30 minutes. We do not anticipate any actions when we come out of that executive session other than the motion to adjourn. I thank everybody for their participation and to our team for the incredible amount of work that they did to solicit and review the proposals we received and to keep this project moving forward and on a track to reopen. So, and we look forward to providing everyone more information about that next week. All right,
And-
Amy, you can put us into executive session. please.
And you're live.
Thank you. All right, we're back in public session after our second executive session, and as expected, our only motion left is to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
You've got it.
So
Second,
moved.
seconded.
All right, motion and second. Thank you all for your time. Just a reminder, next week is our regular board meeting, July 27th, 10 a.m. We'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.